Good morning, everybody. We got a couple of holes in the music team, but we're very grateful that we have Mark here. And we're just going to send some healing vibes to Roger and to Pete.
Who are both down with colds, I guess.
Or something. That was something. So, whenever you're ready. So, this should be a familiar song.
One with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God.
Ave Maria.
Ave Maria. Kyrie eleison.
Do that again.
Ave Maria. Kyrie eleison.
And some of us will sing one and the others will sing the others. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God.
And we are going to be inviting Mary Myers up to be our platform assistant this morning.
Good morning. It is fantastic to be here, and I am so thrilled that I kept seeing people come in the front door. No more tripping hazard, except if you're running up there too quickly, like I sort of did this morning, so you just still have to be careful. Well, before I start the opening prayer, I just want to welcome everyone and invite you to settle as we begin the service. And I'm going to take a breath, and you can too. This is Labor Day weekend, and I'm going away starting tomorrow for people that keep saying, well, how's your summer? Well, actually, it's about to begin. I'm finally taking vacation. I'm really looking forward. I looked for something to reflect, rest, and I found this poem by Wendell Berry, who I'm not familiar with, but it turns out he's known as an American writer, farmer, and environmentalist. So I like all those things. This is a poem of his called The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. Unity is a praying community. We welcome your prayers that you may write on the little papers that are in most pews, and you can jot something down. There's an answer box in the front lobby. You can put them there, and we have a lovely group who will make sure that those prayers are sent out, and at the end of the month they're sent to Unity, Silent Unity, and they continue to receive prayers. So many people find that, including myself, have been a helpful thing. We also have prayer chaplains who can meet with you after service towards the back. And if you're willing, I see Deb Foss is here in a red top, if you don't know her. And she'll be, and so is Ginger Hannah there in the purple. And maybe each of them will be on either side towards the back. And please, and Dottie is there too. You've got to look everywhere because you never know. Prayer chaplains just pop up. And pop up. Yes, pop-up chaplains. And we do have a few announcements because there might just be a couple of things happening at Unity. Yeah. For example, we're going to have another Little Buddha book study. We're up to book 5, which is fantastic. Rob Geyer, who is here, and in a blue t-shirt there, and he's going to be leading this book group. It is going to be Tuesday evenings, starting this Tuesday, and it will be from 7 to 8:30, and it's going to be here, and it will go from 7 to 8:30 Tuesday evenings, starting this week. So please, and just please, if you think, oh my gosh, I've got to read 4 books plus that one, no. This one book is fine. If you haven't read the rest, no trouble. And there'll be like a little background given in the beginning, so no worries. Just come. You can get a book after service in our bookstore/library, and not yet. Stay tuned. They just came in, but probably by the first class. So that means you don't even have homework before the first class. It is Labor Day, right? So, all right. So that's that. Authentic Voice, the open mic with Gerri Ratigan, is taking a break for September. Stay tuned for the next date in October, which will be Friday, October 13th. And that'll be fun. We do have a fall membership class starting We have a lot of new people, and we have a lot of people who want to scratch their heads and say, why am I here again? And really think about unity and what it means to us. All are welcome. This will be a hybrid class. You can come here and have it in person. You can be on Zoom, and we are going to integrate that. Meditation is resuming its regular Tuesday, I can't talk, sorry. Meditation class is starting again on Wednesdays. And it starts then, not before then. Brigid will clear that whole mess up. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, membership class is coming. Alrighty. Another class is another Prosperity Now class with John Frederick, Reverend John Frederick, who this will be definitely on Zooms unless you want to join him in Paris. He would love, yes, and that'll start also on Tuesdays, so you do have a kind of a dilemma, but September 12th at 6:30. And there is a website to check out for registration. Okay. One song tonight. I hope that many of you will find time and energy to come back for one song. It's just always such a wonderful experience. Tonight's topic is honoring the Divine Mother. And we have John Welshons coming back, and we're really looking forward to that. It is on the 17th of September, the spiritual gift of facing your mortality. Because yes, each and every one of us is. So there will also be a workshop afterwards, and we'll be following up on that afterwards. I just want to say before we get to the daily word that for hospitality, we did take off July and August to give people rest, the people who help with hospitality. But it's September now, and hospitality awaits you downstairs. We will have coffee and tea, a little decaf, and some goodies. Finger foods, we're keeping it simple. Thank you so much to Pat and Barb for setting up, to Paul and Dottie for helping. Paul and Dottie and myself will be helping to clean up. And look what I have. I have a sign-up sheet. There's a lot of blanks that are filled in, and there's quite a few that are empty. So there's a chance for each and every one of you to have a part in this, if you choose. All right. So. Oh, if you can find me, which I'll bet you can, you'll find it. I'll be circulating with a pen in my hand. Thank you, Gerri. Gary's been wanting coffee. And I don't think he's alone, so we'll all have some tonight, or this afternoon. As we come into the daily word for today. Today's word is refresh. Please say with me, honoring the divine presence within, I am refreshed. Stretching and yawning after a good sleep, enjoying a brisk walk in the early morning, or sipping a replenishing drink after a workout or time in the sun, I feel refreshed. I move forward into my next activity with a renewed sense of well-being. Building upon and refreshing my knowledge may relieve me from thinking too much about my obligations. Spending time with a good book or revisiting favorite passages from my favorite writing can give me a relaxing mental pause. I find many opportunities to refresh my awareness that God, the divine presence, is within me, wherever I am, whatever I am doing. It takes only a moment to find God's presence reflected in the people and animals I encounter and in the natural beauty that surrounds me. And from Romans, so that by God's will I may come to you with joy and be refreshed in your company. Once again, honoring the divine presence within, I am refreshed. Thank you.
I hear a call, now will I answer, forsake my own to serve another. Though darkness falls, stay a believer. I hear a call, now will I answer.
I see a light,
Now will I follow, fill up this life that grows more hollow. Make joy reside where there is sorrow. I see a light, now will I follow. I hear a call from out of nowhere, and from everywhere I go. I hear a call, now will I answer. I feel a touch,
I feel a touch.
now will I hold on, be there with love for those with no one, with a kindness such she lives though I'm gone. I feel a touch, now will I hold on. I hear a call from out of nowhere, and from everywhere I go. I see a
I
light,
see a light,
now will I follow. I feel a
I
touch,
feel a touch.
now will I hold on. I hear a
I
call,
hear a call.
now will I answer.
All right, the Emmylou Harris version of that song is one of my favorite songs of all time. Y'all did it justice. So thank you for answering the call to be here this morning, to land in this space together, whether you are here and came up the beautiful new walkway entrance to this sanctuary or your home in the beauty of your own home, you are warmly welcomed here. We have a little, hanging thing over here, our core values, and one of them is we warmly welcome all. And as a community, we really lean into how do we live that together? How do we answer the call to say who we are so that we show up in the world and we don't need to use the words because people can tell by the experience they have when they're here or when they interact with us outside of these walls. So you are warmly welcomed here no matter where you are on your spiritual journey and wherever you are out there in YouTube-landia. And again, if you are newer to Unity and you're curious about who we are as a community, or you are curious about what the kind of principles of Unity as a worldwide movement are, you are absolutely welcome to join us in that class. The book we're going to use as an anchor text this time is The 5 Principles. We have copies available now in the bookstore. We also have a little bookcase that we're slowly starting to fill with other titles that might resonate for you if you're curious about what draws people to this community and what draws people around the world to find a unity community and what that means to us. So come and check it out and talk to any of us afterwards. Those of us who are, almost 2-year old timers, or like, yeah, I'm really here. Come and talk to us. And you can always chat with us down at Hospitality. Thank you to Mary and the lovely crew who have started that again. It is nice to have coffee and conversation after the service. So the theme of my message today is reconnecting to compassion, and I'll talk about that, of course, in a little bit. But the book that I'm reading that has really inspired me, there are so many books, Little Buddha books, the 5 Principles, so many. I have usually about 8 going at any given time on my bookcases scattered around the house. But as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago about in my talk that Earth is the womb of God, my good friend Sue that I traveled to Iona with sent me a book after we got home that follows that Iona pilgrimage, and the writer is John Philip Newell, who I've read before, and I love that kind of the truth that is the truth that is the truth underneath all of those differences that might be in our expression of that deep truth, that we are one with sacred creation, that we are one with each other. And there's an image that will come up of a compass, but it's that kind of old-fashioned compass that even I used in my math class back in the day. And it's a tool that connects 2 points. It's a tool that connects. And so the invitation before we get to saying our vision and our mission and our affirmation of oneness, thanks to Mary, our board co-president, who's like, we should really not call that a statement of oneness. I think we should call it an affirmation of oneness. So I changed the slide. Because it is an affirmation, right? It is deeper than just saying the words, because together we show up to make these words that we're about to say our call that guides us today and during our week, and that guides us in our day-to-day moments. And so I invite you, before we say those words, to bring to your heart and mind someone that is either easy for you to connect with, that you feel the gift of those points in your life connecting you to your deepest sense of yourself. Or maybe you have something in your heart this morning that calls forth in you a desire to bring compassion to a situation. So bring that into your own personal vision. And we trust that as we say these words together, that they guide us into the blessing of transforming love and compassion. And so say with me now, if you will, our vision. We envision a world transformed through the spiritual awakening of all. And we carry that vision into our mission. And again, holding the high watch around those situations that call forth your compassion or your desire for compassion. Trusting that we see with the eyes of our heart and settling into that gaze. We say these words of our mission that are indeed the words of our call. We awaken to and embrace the divine essence of all beings through prayer and service in our community and in the world. And what a gift to be in this experience of oneness that helps us know that it is more than just a statement. We are affirming the truth of what is. So breathe that in. As we say this affirmation together and feel the strength that comes from affirming this truth. The power of Christ's love now releases me from any sense of separation from spirit or others. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, the all-loving goodness of God, and so it is. Before I have the music team come back up for a second, I want to just come back to John Welshon's, because I just almost forgot, but I saw my note to myself. His talk in his workshop, he's kind of changed the title to Honoring the Seasons of Our Life, but it is based on a series of workshops that Mary and Pat Aneen and Deb Segrist and I have been planning about really connecting to the gift of recognizing the spiritual path that it includes our mortality. And what are those? How do we live fully into our lives without being afraid to look at what the end means for us? And how do we use compassion and kindness to the people we love to get our stuff together, to have hard conversations, to have beautiful conversations? And so John is, he has so much experience in that world. He was a dear friend of our own Patricia Hunt Perry. Many of you were here years ago when they did a talk and workshop on those end-of-life issues. He has worked with Stephen Levine, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, Ram Dass, and he is a known beautiful friend to us here at Unity of Albany. And so I encourage you to, the information will be on the website, but he will kind of help us build that initial container for a series that we envision that will be ongoing over time, every few months or so, to land with a different topic that invites us to think about what it means to live fully and embrace our humanity as well as our divinity. All right, so now, how about we sing?
So, Lamont, this is where I need you to mute the guitar. Okay. Keep it muted.
That's for your ear's sake.
We did that for you. Keep it muted. I haven't plugged in yet. When? This is a song that you could all sing with us. It's a meditational song. It's basically, "Oh my beloved." And we just change one word in every verse. And there's a call and response part if you feel like doing that, or you could sing the main part with me. Oh my beloved, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, I rest my eyes in you. Heart, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, I rest my heart in you. Mind, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, I rest my mind in you. Soul, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, I rest my soul in you. Breath, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, I rest my breath in you. And then love, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, oh my beloved, I rest my love in you. Let's do that last line again. I rest my love in you.
Will you pray with me and for me as we rest in the beloved? And before I talk about compassion, I'm going to invite us into a practice of compassion that will be familiar, I imagine, to pretty much everyone, and that is the loving kindness meditation. Do you want to play? Yeah, I was going to do the talk and then the meditation, but I felt inspired by your music that we're going to meditate first. We didn't. It's all good, though. We are resting, right? We're resting with the beloved, sensing the breath of the beloved breathing in us. The love of the beloved in our veins, in our soul, in these bodies that have experienced so much that has shaped the character of our spirits. So as we settle in, feeling your body supported, your gaze softened or your eyes closed. Your hands may be resting gently, open to receive on your lap or resting on your body in support. And we begin by that compassion that is sometimes the most difficult, to bring loving kindness to ourselves. So invite your heart to open with tenderness and self-compassion. And you may want to repeat these phrases in your own heart and mind after I say them, or just let them wash over you. May I be filled with loving kindness. And may I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself with compassion. May I be happy, safe, and free. May I be peaceful and at ease. And now centered in that self-compassion, opening the circle of your heart to include a beloved, someone for whom it is so easy to send love and compassion. And feel your love circling them as you hear these words. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel love and compassion now. May you be happy, safe, and free. May you be peaceful and at ease. And now with that circle of love and compassion expanding from you. Bring into that circle all of those you love, but also those you don't know, people that you pass in your day-to-day, and even those you find difficult to love, difficult to trust, and pull them too into the circle of your love and compassion. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel love and compassion. May you be happy, safe, and free. May you be peaceful and at ease. And now we expand our circle of love to our more than human sisters and brothers, to our sacred Mother Earth, to our ancestors and the future generations, to the cosmos. May all beings everywhere be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be held in compassion. May all beings awaken and be free. May they be safe and at peace. And may we be love and kindness and compassion and peace and safety. May we be those gifts in action, always and in all ways. And so it is. Amen. Thanks for the inspiration, Mark. I found some clip art of the old-fashioned little compass. So just as a little guiding light, you know, we could think of a compass that we might take hiking or camping if you're into those sorts of things. That points us towards our North Star. That image could work as well. But I loved the image that JP, as his friends call him, John Philip Newell, I loved this image of this old-fashioned compass as a way to connect dots, a way to connect 2 points, a way to connect 2 hearts. And so, you know, a couple of weeks ago when I talked about the whole earth and our sacred relationship with all of creation, that sense of oneness that is our affirmation, that is our experience, that draws us to fill up our well here with each other and then bring that back out into community and to continue that infinity loop that is life, that is all around us on our walls here, thanks to Zelda, who is visiting us here today. So I'm just going to give you this little reminder of one of the passages I read 2 weeks ago, but that is the reminder that we are not only made by God, we are made of God. So we are not, of course, each of us individually, the totality of the creative force. Our totality is all creative force. All together, we start to come close to being able to imagine what the totality of that great open door, that mystery, that ineffable creative energy that called us forth, what that is. So as we think about what it means then to step into the world fully aware and awake to our oneness with that power, what does that then mean? Because it is one of those things, it's easy to say those words. It is sometimes hard to live into what that then calls forth in us. So in chapter 2, Reconnecting with Compassion, he writes, and I can picture the intersection, and again, I feel the privilege of having been on that little tiny island where this book leads us to different pilgrimage stops along the way. But a crossroads. There's a crossroads. There's only 2 main roads on this 1 foot by 3 foot island. The road that goes north and south, and then a small road that connects at the lower end, the southern end of the island. But we can think of many crossroads, I would imagine, in our own lives. How many of you have ever faced a crossroads in your life where you're like, let's see. How many of you are knee-deep in a crossroads at this very moment? Right, of course. Right, so in that image of being at a crossroads, the way knows the way. We step, and the path appears as we are walking. That's the pilgrimage journey of our lives. But we don't always know in that moment of facing what feels like a crossroads, which way should we go? And so that crossroads is an invitation to pause, to breathe, to rest in the song and the heart and the arms of the beloved, and slow things down. And to trust that no matter which way we decide to go on that path, that we go with that power that walks with us and in us and as us. So here we are in a crossroads, always at some moment. In Proverbs chapter 8, we hear that Lady Wisdom, Sophia, stands at the crossroads of life. This is from the book. One of wisdom's characteristics is compassion. At every moment in our lives and on every pathway in the world, do we know that we can access the gift of wisdom? It is deeper than our individual consciousness, deeper than rationality, deeper than our ego, and it leads us into the way of compassion. Those words that my new friend J.P. Newell wrote should sound very familiar to those of you who are familiar with Unity teachings, or to many of the world's wisdom traditions that help us to understand that that wisdom, that divine guidance, that insight, that awareness, that awakening is always available to us. But what are the things that make us go like this? Take tiny, timid steps with our blinders on. I don't know about you, but I have a whole list of things that make me want to go like this. Fear, what if I don't do it right? All of those things that keep us seeing small. The hurts, the pain that we experience in relationship. Those things can help us close our eyes to the bigger view, the wise view. So, my little clip art, the word compass and compassion, you don't need to be an English major to see the etymology of those two words are connected. I love the word etymology. I do love words. And I love that idea that this compass is used to determine the relationship between 2 points. The related word compassion, and again, this is from John Philip Newell. The related word compassion is about honoring the relationship between 2 people or between one group and another, and remembering those who suffer. It is about making the connection between the heart of my being and the heart of yours, and following that connection, not just seeing it, but following it. Even when we're really not too sure which way we should go. Compassion then invites us into a threefold path, and this is very much inspired by the Buddhist teaching, and the example that he uses in the book is Suki, who is a Burmese activist who was under house arrest for years, who very much followed a nonviolent path similar to Gandhi. So what is the courage to see? Look around at the faces in this room and just find somebody that you maybe don't know too well and take a second or two to make eye contact. To live compassionately is to courageously see the connection between ourselves and those who suffer. Is there anybody in here, and raise your hand if this is true, who has never suffered? Not so far today. That's awesome. And that's not actually true for some, right? Oh my goodness. So we see, if we're lucky, with our eyes open, we see that we are not unique in that we suffer, even if our suffering feels very unique to us. So if we see that connection, if we become aware of that connection, it invites us to feel it. I don't have an aging dog in my life, but I feel compassion for my friends and loved ones who do. We feel that connection. And then we're invited to act. So first we see with eyes of compassion. Then we feel with the heart of compassion. And then we act with compassion. That's the whole point of sacred activism, is to do your own spiritual mining in your life so that the action, the activism you do is grounded and rooted in love. We say every week, we embrace the divine essence of all beings. One of the reasons I invite you to think about with your heart mind, one of those beings who is easy for you to see, that divine essence, is because it then, I know for me anyways, helps me make the leap. It is not always easy to make the leap. We have this strange gift of living in interesting times. And yet we also know that every time is interesting. It is so difficult sometimes to see with eyes of compassion somebody whose way of life is different than ours, somebody whose country is not acting in ways that we want ours to act. In our own neighborhoods, who's the neighbor that has the lawn that's growing higher than you want the grass to look on your street? Or you dry your sheets blew over the fence. There's little ways and then those big ways that we find it difficult to see with eyes of compassion. That is our biggest challenge. I think it is our biggest challenge as humans, is to allow our eyes to see that the divine essence is in all beings, not just the beings we love. And even sometimes the beings we love, it's hard to see that divine essence in them. Again, raise your hand if that's never been true for you. So from that seeing to the courage to feel. Because it does take courage. It takes courage even in a loving kindness meditation to invite that vision of somebody that is challenging for you to send that out to them. It takes courage even in that. So how do we remain open? How do we let that flow of compassion into our hearts without it then also sweeping us away and holding someone else's pain so much that we forget where our own boundary is? That's not self-compassion then. So in that sense of being open, of feeling a soft front and a firm back. I remember hearing that in a guided meditation once, and it so resounded. My soft heart is open, and yet it is held by strength. How do we keep that flow open? Practices. Over and over, I come back to that need for spiritual practice, for time away to refresh, for doing a meditation, for taking a walk, for reading something. Mary, that poem that you found, Wendell Berry, I love Wendell Berry, and I particularly love that poem. What brings you that sense of spaciousness inside your heart that then helps your eyes and your heart to see clearly and to feel clearly? This is one of our spiritual practices, showing up together in community. Filling our well, going back out into community, filling our well. Take a moment to do that with me. We haven't done that together in a while, and feel energetically what that is, to fill and to go out. In that space then, feeling our connection to all that is, we then have the courage to act. To offer a hug, to offer a word of encouragement, to offer a ride, to offer a meal, to go and protest, to write letters about the things in the big world that rile you up. But that holy passion, if it is stemming from love and from the clarity of seeing through a bigger lens than our myopic blinders sometimes give us, That then gives us the courage to take action no matter how small it is. On my own pilgrim journey on Iona, and I apologize if I've shared this story before, but it resonated as I was thinking about this, that courage to act. Some of the women who were on this retreat, Sue and I were kind of the median age, but a couple of the younger women were really journeying with a grief about the state of the world that called into question whether or not they should have kids, whether or not they should worry about finding a life partner, what they should do for work, because does it matter? But that hunger drew, two of these women in particular, drew them to this retreat. And so at one of our crossroads, when her heartfelt question bubbled up, what does this matter? What does it matter that we get to be here in this holy place doing this beautiful thing? What difference does it make? The only answer I had for her is the answer I have for us. I don't know. But I trust that the only way I know how to live is that it does make a difference. I don't know any other way to face those big things in the world, those things in my own family, those things in my own life, except to say, yes, it matters. My standing still, feeling grounded and held in the arms of the beloved, bringing that here and receiving from you, I have to trust that it matters, and if it doesn't, I don't care. I still know it is the only way that makes sense for me to live. So that is our invitation. That is the call we say together every single week. It is the gift of having courage to see, courage to feel our own sorrows and the sorrows of the world, and the courage to act in whatever way we can, in ways of compassion, in ways of integrity and peace, in ways that invite those words that we warmly welcome all to be true. And it's true for those parts of ourself that are hard to welcome. So to swing this back to the opening of a loving kindness meditation, sometimes the person for whom it is hardest for us to have compassion is ourselves. So I invite you this week to notice, what are those parts of yourself that you've kind of exiled? You've sent them out to the wilderness and you don't want them around. They're messy, they're noisy, they're loud. What would happen if you welcomed them in also and see your own journey with eyes of compassion, to feel the power of your own journey and all it has meant to bring you to this moment, and then to find those actions that nourish you, that give you then the strength to nourish the people who are part of your world. So may we be filled with loving kindness. May we feel peaceful and at ease. May we be safe and happy and filled with compassion. And may we be signs of that in every moment of our lives. And so it is. Amen. All right. Sorry, that's a big sigh, and I just realized, listening, that you can hear those big sighs on YouTube.
You gotta unplug. Hold on.
Reverend Brigid Beckman, heavy breather. Oh. We are so blessed in this community. So many people have mentioned it already. The outside of this building, if you have not had a chance to be here in person or to drive past the building, come and take a look. It is a transformation, and it's not even complete. We're going to have a new door to welcome people into, but it is an incredible transformation that would not have happened really without the intense efforts of Sharon Stewart, who is the past board liaison for the Building and Grounds team, John Reith, who's our current board liaison for Building and Grounds, Paul Fremont, Phil Hilferty, all of the people, the whole board, and finance or abundance and prosperity, all of the people who came together to help kind of steer what decisions were open to us and to have those decisions be based in discernment and solidarity for not even just stewardship over, but solidarity with this building that is our sacred space because we're in it. So thank you. And at some point, we are going to have a big party. So if you would like to be on a party planning committee, see me after the service, because we really have a lot to celebrate. And I would like to have even the crews that have worked on the building, have them come. I also did want to just say out loud and have this be recorded that even though it is my brother who is one of the contractors, no, in all seriousness, I recused myself from those decisions when it came time to pick which of the options for a contractor we were going with, just so you know.
Marty has been awesome.
And he has been awesome. So here we are, speaking of awesome and lots of building going on. We have had a couple of recent lovely offerings to help go towards some of the building. So we thank you for that. But as always, my foundation of gratitude is for the presence of each of you in this community. It is actually one of the reasons Marty is awesome is he recognizes what an amazing community this is. And every interaction he has had with people in and out of here, he's just blown away. He gets we share the little teary thing sometimes. So thank you for your presence and for the gift of all of you that you offer in so many ways to this community. And thank you for this offering, for the butterfly nets that Julie and Susan are going to come around and collect your in-person offerings. I know many people use the mundane miracle of technology to do your regular love offerings. That's great too. But your generosity helps us do what we say we are, and that is to be a transforming force for love, not only in our community, but in the world. So I thank you for that as well. So let's say our blessing together and really hear this as the blessing that it is. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen.
Lamont, I don't know if I'm muted or not, so I didn't want to plug in. Am I muted? Okay. Okay.
Thank you for checking.
And now you can unmute me. Okay. I don't know what I did different. I don't want to touch anything. We were muted now. Okay. Can you turn my volume way down? Did the volume get turned up or something? Okay, I'll just play without. Oh. Okay, I'm plugging back in.
That was the reason for the muting.
That was the whole muting thing. Oh well.
Yeah.
But, whoops. Can you turn me down? Turn me down. I'm way too loud. Okay, there. I'm not hearing any change. Can you turn it down more?
On 5, right?
5, yep.
It's better than.
Okay. Let me try this. There we go. Ah, okay. Here we go. Let's try this again.
Phew.
Sorry about that, folks. I allow the light to refract off of the surfaces of things. I allow the light to penetrate my heart and cause me to sing and flow through me. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. Sorry. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. My own song, I should learn how to play it sometime. I allow the love to heal me from the inside out. I allow the love to turn a whisper into a mighty shout and flow through me. Go ahead and stand up. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. I allow the strength to empower me. I allow the strength to set me free and flow through me. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. I allow my mind to release control. Are you sure? I allow my heart to receive the signals from home loud and clear and flow through me. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. Flow through me. Oh, flow through me. Flow through me.
Lamont, thanks for helping figure out that sound stuff. In such gratitude for these signs of the love flowing through us, we trust that we will use these gifts to grow love and compassion and peace in the world. Amen.
Amen.
So you can stay standing or you can sit down if you want, but we're going to say our prayer of protection. And Pete and Raj, we hold the high watch for you as you heal and never ever get sick on the same time on the same day unless it's a day Mark is here.
Unless Mark's going to be here.
Although Gerri and Carol, we're going to figure something out because that's how we roll around here. But I invite you, thank you, Mark, for being here. And do come back tonight, all of you. But all of those beings that we brought into that meditation, the people, your own heart, the people that are close to you, your beloveds, those people that are more challenging for you to embrace in that divine essence, we bring our awareness. They're here with us anyways, but we bring our awareness into that as we come to this moment of remembering that we are not made by God. We are made of God as well. And so in the fullness of all that we each bring to this moment of prayer for our community, I invite you to say those names that tug at your heart in joys or sorrows. If you'd like to say those out loud, I invite you to do that now. And for all of these names and for those names who have no one to name them today, we send this blanket of love and protection around all. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. We are unrepeatable expressions of the divine. And you are beautiful, unrepeatable expressions of the divine. Thank you. And so stand or dance as you're able in spirit or body, and we'll sing ourselves out of here. Downstairs to coffee and conversation.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Joy, we let the joy wash over us. We let it be. Peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Grace. We let the grace wash over us. We let it be. Love. We let the love wash over us. We let will be an answer. There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Whisper words. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
All right, join us downstairs if you'd like.